I know, you're stood there with your phone in one hand and a $300, $400 action camera in your basket, and you've got that really horrible, what if I buy the wrong thing feeling in your chest. You know that feeling? Is your phone actually good enough to create vlogs? Do you need this action camera that you're just about to drop money on? In this video, I'm going to break it all down for you properly so that you know the reality of vlogging with your phone versus vlogging with an action camera. Things like battery, convenience, vlogging in public, the confidence of vlogging in public. So by the end, you'll know exactly what to use right now with your life, your budget, and then you can go make the damn video instead of shopping for 3 hours. Here's a genuine question that I usually hear. Is my phone really good enough, or am I already behind because I don't have a proper camera? You want to start vlogging, but you don't really have hundreds of dollars or pounds to spend on the next action camera, even though you've got it in your basket right now, and you're kind of trying to convince yourself that maybe I can get it, or maybe I'll just wait a little bit longer and then I won't make any videos until I've been in the position to actually buy the camera. Or you're thinking, I could use my phone, but then you're paranoid because you're thinking, what if the quality just looks so rubbish and no one's gonna watch the video? And you have this conflict as well, because every YouTube video you've watched has conflicting information. Some say, yeah, go out and use your phone. Others say, don't use your phone, buy another camera. It's not gonna be worth it using your phone. So what you end up doing is just keep watching different gear reviews thinking, okay, maybe this is the camera that I actually need, or maybe that's the camera that I need to buy. You put one camera in your shopping basket and then you take it out because you think, actually, no, that's not the one that I want because this YouTube video said that this one is actually better, but then this one said that actually, no, this is actually good for you, and you just completely lost. I hear you. The struggle is real. So deciding whether or not to actually go with an action camera or a phone is a tricky one, because you haven't filmed enough, or you probably haven't filmed enough to know what you actually want from a camera and what you actually need from a camera, the things that annoy you, the things that are going to make your life easier. So this is also where the struggle comes from. And the other thing with watching different videos is that that advice isn't personalized, it's more general. So it doesn't really fit your specific needs. So here's the truth, and I'm not just saying this because this video is sponsored by Hohem, but if you genuinely really do not know what you want to buy, or you just don't quite have the budget to get something that you actually want to buy, and you're thinking, I'll just get this for now, just use your phone. There's absolutely nothing wrong with using your phone. I did this in the beginning when I wanted to start vlogging, not when I was doing client work, but when I wanted to start vlogging, I didn't want to take my big setups with me and I didn't know what else I wanted to buy. I just used my phone. And if you really don't have the budget to spend hundreds on a new action camera, you can buy a gimbal. And there is a real reason for buying a gimbal, and there's a real reason why I advocate for using a gimbal when you're vlogging. It's not just to do with the price, because obviously buying a gimbal is going to be a lot cheaper than buying an action camera, but using a gimbal is actually going to make you create more than you will realize, and I'll tell you why. You've probably heard about the whole document, don't create, and I think Gary Vee started this, where if you don't know what to create videos about, you just document something that you're doing, something that you have knowledge about, something that you do on a daily basis that would actually be useful for someone else to see, something that will give value, or something that you can use to create content. And by having a gimbal, something like the Hohem M7, iSteady M7, or the Hohem iSteady V3 Ultra, you can literally put the phone on the gimbal, press record, start tracking, and just go about your business. You don't have to worry about where you are in the frame, worrying about if you're actually in the frame. And if you film solo, this is one of the most convenient and useful tools that you will ever have. Having tracking on your camera is the most convenient, and being able to have it in a gimbal, which costs way less than buying an action camera or the Osmo Pocket 3, is actually a blessing, because it means that you don't have to spend loads of money, and it means that you can just start now and stop making excuses as to why you're not making videos. So if you are genuinely thinking, okay, this could actually be a very good option for me in the meantime until I'm ready to go the action camera route, and I'll talk about when you might be ready for that in a little bit. But getting something like the Hohem iSteady M7 or the Hohem iSteady V3 Ultra is going to give you a lot of versatility with those gimbals. So they've both got tripods so that you can literally just put the camera or put the gimbal down and do what you need to do without worrying about having to have extra additional accessories. They both have the tracking modules, which is the biggest feature of them where you can literally just put it down, set the tracking and completely forget about where you are in the frame, because you don't have to worry that you're going to be moving around so much that it's just not picking you up. So both of them have great tracking modules, which also double up as fill lights as well. So if you have a little bit less light and you're actually vlogging and you just need a little bit more light on you, then you can actually use that tracking module as a fill light as well. They also have built-in extension poles, so you have that versatility for different heights as well. And also if you're getting B-roll, so if you want to get any kind of B-roll shots and you want to get creative B-roll shots, then you have those extension poles as well. The biggest difference between the M7 and the V3 Ultra are the payload, so how much each can carry on its weight, and also the size. So the M7 is bigger and a bit chunkier than the V3 Ultra, which is more compact and small, something that you could literally just chuck in your bag. You don't need a case for it or anything like that. Whereas with the M7 Pro, the M7, it comes with a case and you can put it in your bag, but it's just not as portable as the V3 Ultra. And with each of these gimbals, like I said, it's going to cost you far less than buying an action camera, and potentially buying an action camera that you don't quite know is going to be the right option for you until you've spent more time filming and figuring out what features you actually want to get from the action camera. So I've dropped links in the description to the Hohem iSteady V3 Ultra and the M7, and because it is Black Friday, you can get some really good deals, so it makes it even cheaper than what you would spend on buying an action camera if you buy it in this Black Friday period. Now, if you do actually have a budget and you're at that stage where you're thinking, okay, yeah, I want to go the route of buying an action camera because I want something that's completely dedicated for my vlogging content and keeping everything separate from everyday life and family stuff, then not only is it going to be beneficial for keeping everything separate, but you also don't have to worry about battery life with your phone or getting interrupted with calls and messages that come through, even though you can put your phone into focus mode if you've got an iPhone. I don't know what the equivalent is on an Android because it's been a long time since I've had an Android, but you just don't have those interruptions because it's completely separate and it's completely dedicated just to your vlogging if you get an action camera. And I know from a lot of people who have bought gimbals and used them with their phones in the beginning whilst they were just getting started, that when they've gone then to buy an action camera, they've still used that gimbal because it will still fit, the action camera will fit in the gimbal. They've used that gimbal with the action camera for creative shots, or more specifically to make use of the tracking feature as well. So even if you do then move on to buying an action camera, you can still make use of the gimbal that you invested in as well. But action cameras are so great for walk and talk, and because they're small and compact, I feel like you feel less self-conscious than if you were to get something, for example, like a mirrorless camera, even a small mirrorless camera. And the other thing that a lot of people love about action cameras, myself included, is how immersive they feel when you're walking around, because they have such a wide field of view that you get a lot of the surroundings in there. So if you're in a really pretty place or a really stunning, beautiful place because you've gone on holiday or you've gone traveling or you just live somewhere that looks pretty awesome, then you're going to be able to capture the entire surroundings of that area as you walk through it, and it's just going to make the video look pretty cool. So once you are genuinely at the stage where you want to buy an action camera, the main things that I would say to think about are, what is your budget? Because obviously that is going to be a factor, and the different action cameras that you're going to be able to buy within your budget range. The budget, low light, so if you are going to be filming in situations where there's not going to be a lot of light, or you're going to be filming at night, you want to consider an action camera that has decent quality when it is nighttime. Something like the Action 6 or the Action 5. If you want something where you don't have to worry about editing the footage in terms of the look of the footage, so color grading, that kind of thing, I'd look at something like the Action 4 or the Ace Pro 2, so the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. I've already done videos on, or one specific video actually, where I talk about which action camera is best for which scenario, so I'm not going to go through it in loads of detail in this video because you can just watch that one. I went into quite a lot of detail, so it's well worth checking out. I'll put a link in the description to that video. But coming back to where the video started in the first place, the real question isn't, is your phone good enough? It is more than good enough, honestly. The question is, do you have the budget to buy an action camera? And if you don't, how can you make your phone work for you so that you can stop procrastinating and just go out and film the damn video? Between using your phone and potentially buying a gimbal if you do want to have that option to just set it down and document your life or what you're doing whilst you're doing it, and have that content easily without having to stress and think about what am I filming today, then yeah, your phone really is good enough. The quality is going to be just fine for now. And between knowing that and knowing that you have the convenience of your phone in your pocket and my 30-day challenge, my Make the Damn Video 30-day challenge, there's actually no excuse for you to not go out and start making videos, honestly. And with the challenge, we're not trying to be perfect. You can literally just come and use your phone so that you can get the reps in, you can build confidence, you can start to build up that momentum, and then you can actually start to figure out, okay, I'm using my phone, this annoys me, or do you know what, it'd be nice to have this feature, so maybe I can actually start to look at this action camera or this action camera and figure out which one is going to be the best one for what I actually need it for. So the community also within the challenge is incredible. Everyone is so supportive and so friendly. It's really become a great space, and you will also get accountability. I am in there and I'm going to be asking you, where's your video? I want to see your video. So if you feel like you do need that support, encouragement and accountability, then the 30-day challenge was made for you. So I've dropped a link in the description to the challenge. I've also dropped a link in the description to the Hohem iSteady M7 and the iSteady V3 Ultra, because obviously you can get those Black Friday deals right now, and it's definitely well worth checking out, because like I said, it's going to be even cheaper than buying an action camera if you really feel like you don't have the budget. So this is your permission to go out and buy a gimbal instead of feeling bad about the fact that you can't buy an action camera. It's going to be just fine. It's going to work just fine. So I hope this video was useful, and I will catch you on the next one.